What's good, everybody? It's your boy Sunny, and I'm back again with another episode of Sunny Talks. And on today's episode, we back with Ruben Dresscher, part two, fourth time on the show. What's up, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good today, man. I'm doing great.
Great.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Very good.
Okay, man. So do you know the deal on this show? We like to talk about the guest's life until present day, see what you got going
hmm
on. But we've had you on a bunch of times already. So today I know you wanted to talk about deprogramming. But before all of
Yes.
that, can you let the people know who you are, where they can find you?
My name is Ruben Dresscher. I'm from the Netherlands. I live in Enschede now. So I live in a different place than the last time we talked to each other. And what I do is the information that I get from clairvoyance and in my life, I get all in my life. I make it very simple to use in practice in this physical reality.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
Okay. All right. So can you explain to people the clairvoyance and stuff?
Yes, so when I was already very young, I can see like different dimensions or spirits, all the things I had some inner knowings, and later on it developed into seeing more than just what I already saw. And I have a lot of experiences of getting out of my body, knowing things that I can't know, knowing how mind control is working, and all kind of information. And all that information I adapted in my life, and it is working out very well and very good. So it also is helping a lot of people, and that's the reason I want to make it more simple so that everybody can use it and see what
Okay.
it does for them.
Yeah. And so what are some of the results you've been getting from people?
Letting go of traumas that like for an example, someone can't sleep, they have trouble in with sleeping, and they do the exercises, and then they delete the cause of what is manifesting that problem. And because they are deleting that cause, the problem is also dissolving. So they can sleep good again, or different things. They just feel better because they let go of the more heavy energies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of different stories. It is for everybody, it is different.
Okay. Okay. So it just helps pretty much you like figure out, get to your root problems.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because also this reality is not really outside of you. And when you come to some insights, you see that actually everything that is happening is connected with something inside of yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
when you can make shifts inside yourself, the result is the outside, as in the thinking, feelings, and in the actions and everything. But also, you just create different circumstances, different opportunities, and life is getting very lucid, very different.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess let's start in the beginning. How did you what was the first time where you well, because I was gonna say what was the first time that you deprogrammed somebody? Well, yeah, just give me that situation. When was the first time you helped
For
somebody
somebody,
deprogram?
somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I was really conscious about it, doing that, it is, I think, so 6 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I was more developing that clairvoyance and making it more practical because it was also really hard to make something that is very natural for me to that other people can understand it. But the first time it is, I think, 6 years ago. I did it conscious.
Hmm. Okay. And can you explain like that scenario? What made you do it, and like break it down to us like how you went about it.
It is because you want to know how I do it, or
Well, in that situation, like why did you do it? Like what made you do it?
it just happened natural. It is something you just talk with people and something come up and you share what you know and what you can see or what is happening. And in a natural way, I took that information and then apply the things to it because I'm using that information to get from the problems actually to nothing, to that there is nothing anymore. And it's also with the mind that you can understand why it is not true because actually all the beliefs are not true. It's a really common sense thing on the mental level also because that is disappearing then and people can see that it is not true what they believe. They can also let go of that lower energies because it is more safe for them to let it go.
Mm, okay. So I feel like this might be confusing to everybody. So let's take it back a little bit. Let's run through your whole experience with like the
Hmm.
supernatural or whatever you may call it. Like take us back from the beginning and like work our way to the way you to when you started actually like like developing your skills and practicing it on and implementing on yourself and others.
Yeah, so when I was very little, I think something that I can remember 6 or 7 years old, I had already some inner knowings and felt presence with other spirits. And I already had that connection to the spiritual world always, but never really think about it in this way. And later on, it is was getting more stronger until I become something like 11 years old, and there were some heavy things in my life, so that was shutting off. I decided to quit that, not consciously, but it was an unconscious um, process. And then later on, when I was about 18 years old, I think 18 years old, it was getting very strong again. So I was seeing that reality is an illusion, but I didn't understand what I was seeing and what
What
I
were
was
the things
experiencing.
what were the things that you were seeing?
It's like you just wake up in a dream. You just see that reality is not solid. It is a dream and nothing is real. It is real, but not in the way I was thinking it was real. But I believed it was real, so I was thinking that I was getting crazy. And then later on, I came to the information of quantum physics and other things with scientific proof about what I was seeing, and that was making it more easy for me to know that what I was seeing was real. And after that, I was also testing it. So I was getting visions from things that were about to happen, and it happened later on, and that was happening in that time a lot, like almost every day, a couple times a day. It was just showing me that it was real. Because
And
if it
it
was
was
not
little
real, I
things.
can't know the things. What did you say?
I said, was it little things or was it like serious stuff, important stuff?
Some, for example, I was in a bus, driving in the bus, and I was on an exactly place. I was thinking this bus can crash here. One day later, that same bus crashed there on
Mm.
that exact same spot where I was thinking about it one day before.
But you were
So
thinking about it, or the thought came in
it
your
was
head?
just coming in. It was
Okay.
just coming in like the intuition. And things like that happened all the time. So a friend comes to my house and I already know he is calling with his ex-girlfriend. I didn't know anything about it. And then he was by my house. I opened the door and it was true. Things like that. Just little things that actually didn't make any sense for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just showing that the intuition was real and there's more. And in that time when I was 18 years old, it happened a lot and it was showing me to develop more of the clairvoyance and take it more seriously. But it was very hard process because sometimes you're thinking maybe I go crazy or not. I didn't have anyone to support me in that path in that time.
Yeah. Mm. Because you don't have siblings, or do you have siblings? I don't remember. Didn't you?
Siblings?
Brothers, sisters,
No, no, I have no
only
siblings.
child.
Yes, only child.
Okay, so how was because I know earlier you were saying like you will have like these weird feelings growing up. Um, were there situations where you had to like tell your mom, or did your mom notice anything, or like your mom and dad, like your parents, did they ever notice?
I didn't tell it to them.
Oh no.
No, no, I didn't tell it.
And what were some of the things you were seeing when you were smaller?
It was more like when I was smaller, I saw the spirits, sometimes spirits, and I was always open to it. I just knew it was true. And also, I did some channelings, talking with spirits. Not really channelings, but I can just talk to them when I was little.
And these
Things
were
like that.
actual spirits, or these were like the entities?
And spirits,
Spirits.
yes. I also experienced a lot of entities. Um, that was like when I was 20 years old. Yes, 20, 21. Then
Mm-hmm.
there was a time that I saw a lot of dark entities.
Mm-hmm. And so, something we spoke about last time was the spirit family and the higher self and all that stuff.
Yes.
When did those come into play?
First time I was meditating, I didn't know anything about it. I was, I think, 18 years old. And then I was meditating and I didn't know anything about what is channeling, or I just had my raw experiences in it. And I was meditating and I just talked to my higher self directly. It was just happening instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not that I did it on purpose. It was just I meditate and all those things happened when I was 18 years old. That was the
Mm.
first time of connecting with the higher self in that way.
Mm-hmm. And so I think we spoke about it the last time. I had a guest on, and he was talking about he has similar things that
Hmm.
he goes through. Not necessarily more the entities, but energies. He's seen spirits before, and but he had a shadow man that was following him, and then he
Yes,
figured out that the shadow man was actually like a higher self version of him, like part of his spirit family kind of thing. But like it was like him, but like an older version of him, or like a different version of him. It was weird. But
parallel version of him.
kind of, but it's kind of like that person, that thing was like always with him, and
Hmm.
um, and it's hard. I'm butchering it, but it basically the higher self. It was like his higher self, and he had to realize who that was. Like at first, he would see it as the shadow man, and then he figured out who it was. Yeah,
Okay, okay. I
yeah.
didn't have experiences like that.
Because then how he was. So the first time he saw the shadow man, like he saw the shadow man, but then one time he had like a dream trance type thing, and he went to a place, like a somewhere in like in the heavens, and it was a house or whatever, and he had to rescue this girl, and from that man, it was that man's house, but he wasn't evil. He was just that's where the girl was type of thing. And he had to take her down, right? He had to take her down to the earth.
Hmm.
But then like he basically found out that that was like his femininity side that was stuck
Okay.
up there. Okay, yeah, yeah. But that's so.
Inter
But you have
interesting, interesting experience.
yeah. I gotta get you and him together so you guys could try to like.
Yes, yes, that will
It,
be great.
yeah, yeah. But okay, so can you explain some of the entities you've seen? Because I remember the one that always stuck out to me is the salamander creature you said. Because to me, it reminded me of like an axolotl, the way you
Sailor Man?
described the lizard creature you said you saw. Hold on, let
Oh,
me.
that it was more like animal being, like you mean that?
Yes, the animal being. You remember you said there was like
Yes, yes, there was
a s-
some like wild white
yes.
salamander behind me.
Okay. And now I just wanted to know, was it like this? Hold on, let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen in a bit. Hold on. Yeah, so the salamander creature, was it more like this? Do you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I see it. But it was very big. It is
No, yeah,
like
yeah,
it
I
was
get it. I get it
yeah.
was big, yeah. But was it
So
like
it looks a little bit just like that, but without that some sort of antennas. It ha didn't have that, and it was uh
okay,
it looks like that, but without the antennas, and it was very white, just pure white, not anything with a little bit of pink or whatever. It just was white, and it was standing on his
okay,
legs.
okay, because
But it looks like a little bit like that.
it was interesting to me because that ox because you said it was a white salamander
Yes.
and it just reminded me of axolotl, which is like that's found in Mexico, and there's like a lot of like lore about it. Like they're supposed to be immortal, and like there's supposed to be like a god associated with that. So like what you say, the way you explained it, because you said it was an energy sucking thing, right? It
Mm-hmm.
was taking
Yes.
energy off of you.
Yes.
Yeah, it
It
was
was one time. It was just behind me. I was feeling very. My energy was getting drained, but I saw it physical. Like it was here. The head was here, and then it disappeared again, and it didn't feel really like bad, but it was here, and I felt the energy. I felt very sleepy, and then I saw it. It went away, and I was feeling good again.
hmm
But it was a very weird experience. It just happened one time. It was not
okay.
something that was coming back. It just happened one time.
And have you ever seen? Oh yeah, so you only saw it one time. Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
I
And
saw
so
different things, but not
yeah,
like that anymore.
so so can you break down any other things that you saw? I know you've seen. You said you've seen like people's true selves. You
Yes,
know.
with the clairvoyance. But actually, everybody can do that. It's also just sensing the energy of other people, and you can just when you are on an event or something, you meet people, you can already feel their energy. So and also um, you can get visions with it, so you can understand them more. Sometimes you can know or feel, see, or inner knowings about their true intentions, and you can see beyond what they are just showing you in the physical world.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
it's like
that's the
reading.
also the end of a lot of manipulation, because if you get more in touch with the
Can
clairvoyance,
can
you
you? Sorry.
can see beyond that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, can you do that to me right now? Like, can you read me? But
It
this
is
have to be
more in the
physical.
physical um, presence that I do it.
Mm-hmm.
But with the feelings with you was always you are very, but I already know you now. But I was already feeling in the first place that you are a very relaxed guy and more open-minded and really want to understand what I was saying and just are very interesting. Uh, Feeling like some a lot of things you don't grasp it, but you have that inner feeling about you want to understand it more. There's something uh,
Curiosity.
attracting, yes, attracted to this kind of information and to wanting to understand it more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much everything. That's pretty spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, but I already know you, so
Yeah.
it is not like uh, that I just, yeah, I had this feeling already in the beginning, but what I want to say, I already know you now, so I also know that it's true because we talked a lot already.
Yeah. So, okay. So, can you tell that story about the time that you saw the famous guy and you saw the greed or like his evil self?
Yes, on the network event was a network event for investments for startups, and this guy was there with a project. He was a famous guy, but I didn't know it. He was a singer, and they had this made some startup with other people, and this man gave me such weird vibes, feelings, and I already get the visions about that soul was more like in my conditioning, how I will label it like a Dracula
Mm-hmm.
thing, some sort of that.
Yeah.
It's what it looks like for me that I know with my conditioning for now. And
And was that him or was it like
yes,
his
it
energy?
was him, but he was acting differently. So like that was his real self-expression, what I was seeing, but in the physical world, he is trying to act like a different person, but you can feel it. It is not real. So sometimes you can feel it, right, by people that they are acting like something else. You just have this weird feeling already inside of you. It is not true what they are saying or projecting.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it with them, and yeah, it was very interesting to observe that because that kind of energy is also very um, based on superiority. So that superiority is reflecting in different ways. Like he needs to be seen, but a little bit more than the rest, and he needs to be in front of everything, and he needs to be the biggest in everything and the best in everything. And it was projecting you in his actions like that also.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see on the different levels of the energy levels, but also in the actions that expression of that energy, what was inside of him, it was just projecting in that way, in that actions. And also just it was like he was using other people
Mm-hmm.
to make the product, uh, and but he wanted to take all the credits. So
Mm-hmm.
that was also just he wants to be the highest of everybody.
Yeah, because when you saw him, you kind of got a vision of his whole life path, right? When you saw it,
Not his whole life path, but I see.
enough to gauge his behavior.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Does that usually happen?
This one was extreme. This one was just. Sometimes I'm on some event and there's just one person that is a little bit extreme, and So this one was different.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
what
not, yeah.
do you think is because was because he was such a bad guy?
Uh, it is not really bad. I don't see him as bad.
Yeah.
It was just his energy that was expressing in that way. But I think it was it was more extreme because there was a lot of money involved in it for him
Yeah.
because they needed money for the startup, and there were all those cameras and some famous people there. So I think it is just triggering them even more because they turn on those events because they can show themselves even more and show more of their uh, superiority that they want to have. So it
Yeah.
is more trigger, I think. Maybe in different situations it is a lot less. I believe that.
So what can you explain to us another situation where you got a vision of someone's you get it like just another situation because our last time you
Yes.
explained it like you saw like let's say it's me right now, right? And
Yes.
look, it would look like you know how I look, but it will be like
Hmm.
exaggerated features, kind of like cat like a cartoonish in a way, like looking like a monster kind of. Because that's how I understood it last time. Like it was him, but just like a Dracula form. Like he
Yeah,
looks.
but um, actually, to be honest, even his physical body looked a little bit like that.
Yeah, that's what
But
Uh huh.
yes, it even sometimes it looked like that the soul is creating their bodies in some way, a little
Or
bit.
like projected over, kind of.
Um, the most I see with the clairvoyance, so it is not in the physical world,
Mm.
but you can see sometimes just with people, yes, in the physical world, also a little bit of the soul is creating that body in that way.
Yeah.
It also happened, yes.
Okay. Cause I was trying to. I'm trying to figure out like a good explanation for it, cause or like some way like
Yes.
to explain it. I mean, maybe like this. Hold on. Even though this is another. Hold on. I'm about to share something right now. Hold on. Okay. So this is just I'm just showing this to so I could like demonstrate what I'm trying to say. Like let's say like this is you, right? The main black piece.
Yes. Yes.
And let's say this other gray area that will be like a faint version of like the vampire. Like if you get what I'm saying? Like does it look like that? Like a energy being over him, or is it more the
No,
physical?
not like energy being over him.
Okay.
Um, what's also is with clairvoyance is like um, you have different ways of vision. You can see with clairvoyance. Sometimes I see things in the outside world, um, like that salamander. It was in the physical world that I see it, with
Mm-hmm.
different things. Sometimes I see energies and all kinds of things in the physical world. But also you have the inner vision when you tune in on somebody. You can see, I say in the Astro world, um, what they are. So you can use with intent to get
Yeah.
visions about something you want to know about someone else. So I saw it like with the inner vision, and what I saw with, and that is overlapping then with the physical reality. So you have the inefficient that is overlapping then with the physical reality, and I was seeing it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was more like that. Do you
Okay.
understand a little bit what I mean?
Kinda,
It's
I get it a little
it's
bit.
sometimes it is a little bit hard to explain because I'm experiencing all of this,
Mm-hmm.
and if you never experienced it like I do, it is maybe a little bit hard to uh, really understand it, I think. Sometimes I'm telling a lot, but I understand that it is not very easy to grasp.
Yeah, I get it. Isn't it?
So
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Like the people gonna see the previous episode and then the other two episodes. You guys gotta do your deep dives because like we've been talking about this for a while. Like, and
yeah,
I get it, but it's it's still difficult.
I understand it. It is
Yeah.
because what also is for myself. Sometimes I get those new experiences, like what I told you. I was out of my body in another dimension. I just got there, and then later on I was back here, but I can't explain what happened. So sometimes I just experience things that I just have to even process for myself. I can't even put words on
Mm-hmm.
what happened and how it feels, and it's just so new because you never experienced it before. You can just even explain it to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, last time we spoke about it, we were talking about this, and it was like, to me, it reminded me of that movie. I don't know if you still haven't watched it. It's called Everything Everywhere All the Time, and it's something like that. It's like basically there's always like, let's say there's multiple dimensions and multiple versions of yourself, and
Yes.
you can leave this physical, go to another one, and that
Hmm.
life like keeps going like nothing.
Yes.
And
So
then
in
there's
a
an
parallel world, you mean
yes,
like
yes,
you just tune in the different potential and
yes,
live that life? Yes, and
yes.
then
Tune
this
in that.
life is also here.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think that also gets to like the way you were explaining, like you left your body and then you saw it, like it was still walking, like nothing. Like it reminded me
Ah,
of like
yes,
that.
yes.
That like sometimes I think like, what if consciousness is just like it lends credence to that NPC theory. Like some people are just
Yeah.
NPCs, and then like also another thing was that apparently like I think it's only like 70% of people can have hear their self think like inner monologue, and then like the
Hmm.
others can't. And then I made me think like, damn, what if like those people are like NPCs, like in the way like their actual spirit self conscious isn't here right now, is somewhere
Hmm.
else.
Yeah, maybe it is like that.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of times a little bit anxious for people to think about it
Mm-hmm.
because when you're true to yourself, you can't know it if all the people are conscious. You just have
Yeah.
to assume it, but you can't know it.
I mean, there's signs sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you see some guy on the side of the street doing some weird stuff. It's like, why are you doing this?
maybe it is an NPC.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, so but speaking of astral projection, take me back to the first time that you had an experience.
The first time, you mean astral projection? Also that I was just conscious about getting out of my body and then for a couple of seconds and get back.
Yeah, anything like just because I
Okay.
know because I wanted to start off with your first experience, just your first one, because then.
The first experience with really getting out of my body, I was walking in the city
Mm-hmm.
and I was just getting out of my body with my consciousness. And it was like this, I was here, walking here, and then I flew somewhere like here, also a little bit in the sky, and my
Mm-hmm.
body was walking. And then I came back again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just walked. That
And
was the
what?
first time. It was just a couple of seconds. The
Mm-hmm.
second time, I was walking um, in Amsterdam, and I did also I didn't use anything. I don't smoke weed or whatever. I was just walking there, and there was this. church, and it was I had a really weird feeling. Were a lot of people outside there, and just something wasn't right. I was feeling a little bit weird about them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking uh, to them, and then I go got out of my body to the other side of the street, and my body was walking past them, and I was also uh, going past them. And
Mm-hmm.
when my physical body passed the people, I was going back into my body,
It's
and then
funny
I just
last
walked straight again.
it's funny last time you didn't say it was a church. You just said that you saw two guys and it gave you a funny feeling.
Not
Or was
two
I
guys.
thought
There were people. Yes,
mm-hmm.
it was a church. I didn't know if I say
Yeah.
it was a church, but it was a church there.
Mm. With normal church?
Yes, I think a normal church.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nothing special, actually.
Okay, no. No, interesting. That's interesting. And I wonder why. Maybe you gotta do a little bit more research on that church.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe weird things are happening there, you think?
maybe it's not all what it seems. Maybe it wasn't a
No,
church.
maybe. I don't know what is happening there.
Yeah.
I have to go there inside with hidden cameras.
Okay. So, all right. So, damn. So that's crazy though, bro. Like, but you can never do these things like willfully. Like you can't just like, all right, let me dip
Um,
out.
Sometimes, not now, not when I walk on. It always happens just without me intending consciously about doing that. But sometimes I'm just lucid dreaming in my dream.
Hmm.
Then I can get out of my body, like just get out. But I never really did it. I'm not very interested in that. So I have some experiences in that, but it was not very
Yeah,
magical
you're
or
not
something.
interested in that,
Not
cause
really, actually. I
cause
can lucid dream, but I'm not very interested in that. Interested in
okay,
that.
I've heard like stories about there was this one guy apparently like he tried to go to the White House and there was like security in the astral world too there. So it's like
Okay.
I've never done like astral projection or like lucid dreaming or anything. So I always ask like, hey, if you could do it, why don't you test it out? Try to go to the White House in America if you can, because I think you could go anywhere pretty much, right?
Yeah, I believe you can go anywhere.
Yeah, let's see. Try to do it one of these days. Remember that. Let me know.
Maybe I will do it.
The 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 spiritual division of the Secret
Hmm.
Service will get at you.
I was hearing stories about people researching some dark places. Here in the Netherlands, there are a lot of very dark places.
Mhm.
Mm, because also in the past, Dutch cultures did some very dark things.
Mm.
And sometimes when people research it, they get attacked by different things. But it's also you create it also all by yourself. So if you're
You
believing in,
manifest it, yeah.
yes, if you're believing in dark entities and getting your frequency to that level, you can experience them. But it's just a potential. It is not the absolute truth.
Yeah.
So I also
There's
see it like that.
certain theories on like certain cryptids. There's that too, because there's like there's one called what's his name? I think Longman, Slender Man, right?
Slender Man. Yes.
Yes, and they say that was kind of a joke, and then like just because of internet culture and all of us thinking about it, like it actually willed it into existence. And then like I know this is gonna sound crazy, but then there's another theory that says like that's kind of like how Jesus works. Like maybe Jesus wasn't real, but since people have been manifesting and praying and like putting good
Hmm.
energy into it all these times, like if you believe in it, it will help you.
Yes, I have one of the experiences. I lived in Amsterdam, and there was a very in that apartment was also a spirit or a ghost,
Mm-hmm.
and I think maybe 2 years later, we talked about it in my house, in a different house. And we had just this feeling we talk about it and we can create it again here.
Yeah.
And when we talked about it, the light switch was pressed in and the lights turned off.
Mm.
So we heard the click and the lights went off. So that was a very funny thing.
Ah, weird. And how about now? Do you have any at your new home?
No, no, I live very nice here. I live now in nature, and this place is very clean in those things.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen this show. One of the, I think it's in the Netherlands. It's called Dark. That's a dope show. It talks about it's not really spiritual, but it's about like time. Is weird. Is weird. It's like there's wormholes in places, but it's about like there's a cave in the Netherlands, and some kid gets lost, and then he goes in there, but then he goes back to the past, and he becomes his friend's father, and it's just a whole thing.
I don't know the show.
Yeah, no, you should check it out. It's dope. It's called Dark.
Dark. It's a
Yeah,
Dutch show.
yeah. It might be. Let me see. It might be by another name in over there, because it's from because you know how Netflix changes the name sometimes.
Oh, I don't have Netflix.
Um, Dark. Oh no, it's a German. It's a German show. Sorry.
Germany.
Okay.
I live nearby Germany. It's like 10 minutes with a car.
Oh yeah.
I live by the border, yes.
Nice, nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know Amsterdam was that close to Germany.
Th
Well,
this is Enschede. I live
Netherlands.
now in Enschede. It's a different
Enschede,
city.
Enkele,
Enschede. Enschede.
Enschede, Enschede,
Enschede.
Enschede.
Yes.
Okay.
Hard to say, right?
How do you spell it?
So like S, C, and then H. So that is the sound that's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's E N uh and S A S A H A A D. Wacht even, what?
What the hell is it? Oh, it's because it's
Can I
you.
type it to you?
Yeah, yeah. Type it in the chat. Should be a chat. Yeah.
Where is the
Let's see. Let me write.
notifications?
I'm gonna write you. Should be able to see it now.
You can see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Enschede. In
Enschede,
shit.
yeah.
If the American me wants to say in shit.
So like this word means turtle. Can you say that?
Shillpad,
Schildpad.
skillpad.
Schildpad. That's a hard sound. Almost nobody can
Sk-
say words like this from different countries than here.
but it's because you do it. Ah, bro, I don't know. I'm not doing this, man. It's almost seems Arabic.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So talk to me about some of like your times of like the times you astral project into different universes.
Yeah, that was the time that I met the man with the blue eyes that I told you. Was just um, getting out of my body um, in this different dimension, and I met him there, and he was communicating to me with in a telepathic way, and he was saying that the outside world doesn't matter, you can shift, so you can
Mm-hmm.
shift from realities. And that's it. But it was so intense. And then I came back to this reality. And when I was going down to the in my feelings, I was going down to the earth. But I just heard this like frequencies very intense, and I was getting back to my body,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was in my body again, then I was just reacting to that experience. Because when I was in that dimension, I didn't freak out anything because I had no ego there. It was just pure observation. And my rejection from the person I'm now here was
Mm-hmm.
just happening when I was getting back to this body.
Mm.
And that was very weird. I was like for 2 days, I, I, I I can't explain it. It was just like, it was so intense and different and a little bit weird. Just can't.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It's just too much. And the guy with the blue eyes, what did
Yes.
he tell you?
He told me like the outside world doesn't matter, you can shift.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in a telepathic way to me.
But have you still been? But you still can't shift on demand, right?
Yes, yes, you can shift. You can make inside of yourself, you can make a choice, and then the outside world is changing, or you can say you shift to the different reality. So that's also a practical thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can just shift to another reality. So I was also always wanting to live in nature and things like that. And now I live here.
Mm-hmm.
Also happened on a very weird way. And it's just there's so much more than the physical world. Actually, everything in the physical world is the cause is always in the unseen world, so to say.
Yeah. And okay, so can you talk to me about? Well, before that, how is the? Have you seen any entities now that you're living in the nature?
Um, Not really, actually.
Never.
Just here's a couple of times I saw uh, energies, but not really like I used to see entities that were real entities, and here it is not much actually. So for me, it's almost nothing, so to say.
Hmm. Okay. So since we're on that, can you tell me? You talked about the salamander guy, the man with the blue eyes. Can you
Yes,
give me a list of any other entities that we may be out there?
I saw the. Look, I can tell all the entities and everything, but you have to understand that you don't have to create them in your reality, right? So it's also
Wait, so
when you become
but
conscious.
they're only in your reality?
Now, what I want to say, if I'm telling you about spirits or entities, it is not the absolute truth that you have to experience them because
Mm-hmm.
you create everything and you can just actually choose from inside uh, to not feel that anymore or experiencing that anymore. Yes, so I live like that. I show you outside of my window if you want,
Okay. Hold on.
if you can see it.
It's still light out? I thought it was nighttime.
No, can you see it? Let's see.
Yeah, I can see it. I thought you said isn't it like 9 o'clock at night?
No, no.
What
Look,
time is it over there?
it's something like 8 or something.
8 o'clock at
So
night or 8 o'clock in the morning?
night, evening. So
And
and we
there's
have
light like
some
that?
sheeps there. Huh?
How is there light like that? It's 8 o'clock at evening.
It's just light.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. I think it's 8. What time is it? Yes, 8. It's actually just 8.
So what time does it get dark?
Around 9 9:30, something like that.
What the fuck? How?
It's evening, right? So it's 2000 hours. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. 200 hours. You mean, right?
2000.
2000, because it's oh wait, oh, so it's
So
the
so
morning
that
time. Yes, yes. I thought you were saying it was what time would that be? I thought you were saying it was
it's evening.
it's 2000. Oh, it's 2000 right now?
Yes, right now.
How is it?
It's evening. 8 o'clock in the evening.
Bro, how is there so much light
Or
outside?
or do I say something weird now? Because
No, you're saying the right thing. I'm just confused that why there's so much light outside at that time. I guess it's just a different part of the world you're in. It usually gets dark around here at sunset. Let me see what
yes,
sunset is
evening.
here.
Oh,
Let me see. Sunset for me would be at all right, 7:57. So I guess an hour and a half later over there is sunset.
yes, something like that.
Okay, interesting.
So we were talking about the spirits, and
Yeah, sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
what I want to tell before it's also that you don't have to get scared of it, and you can choose to experience some spirits or not, because actually you can create everything. But so what I'm telling you, it's not a necessity to get into to your life. But
Mm-hmm.
what I was experiencing was like big, very tall black beings, like very white, like this white and 2 meters high, something like that. And it was going around in the house,
Or
and I saw
black,
that.
black like the color, or black like me.
No, just the entity, the color.
Okay, okay.
It was not you walking to my house.
Yeah.
So it was that being, that entity was walking there, and I saw it, but I chose to not tell the other people about it. So not my ex-girlfriend. I didn't tell it to her.
But
Later
fairy,
on,
how like with like the you because you said it's a fairy, so like with the butterfly wings type of thing.
no,
Did it have wings or it was just a because you
no,
said
no, it was
fairy?
just that being.
Oh, okay, just a
But
big
I choose
wow.
to didn't tell to my ex-girlfriend that I
Mm-hmm.
saw it in the house. And I was I'm not scared by it, so I just forgot it. And it was in the evening, and she was getting very scared. And I asked her what did happen, and she told me what she saw, and it was exactly the same thing as I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times things like that happen. I don't tell to people I see this or that, and later on people see the same thing, but on a different floor. And one time I was in a car and I was looking in the mirror uh, to the backside, and I saw that house. It was the house of her parents, and that being that entity was coming out of the house. I saw it in the mirror, um, walking to the house of the neighbors. So it was getting out of that house to the neighbor's house.
What the hell? And you can't
So I
even
saw
warn
that
them.
also.
But
But
what are these things up to? Like they just roaming around?
I think so. Just I don't know what they were doing. And
Oh
also what
man.
I saw happening was just things like a hand touching me, and I was telling to my ex-girlfriend, I just can feel it is not a physical hand. It's different. It's
Yeah.
like that hand is a little bit inside of your body. So I was asking
Mm.
her, did you put your hand on my shoulder? And it was, no, I didn't do that. And she was getting very scared. But I'm not very scared about it. So I just fell asleep again. And things like that happened. That happened 2 times with different spirits or entities, what you want to name it. So that happened. I also one time I was little, not really little. I think 15 years old. So in that time I wasn't um, uh, using clairvoyance or into those topics, but I still had some experiences. Like I was my bike, I put it on the lock, and I saw legs coming to me. Like I was thinking it was my father coming to me, so I was greeting him. I said, "Hey," and I looked, and there was nobody. But I just saw someone walking to me, and I looked, there was nobody. Different other story when I was very little. I was in Turkey in a hotel room, and I was laying on the bed, playing with my PSP, and I had the feeling that somebody was looking at me through where the door was, and I just this weird feeling, somebody's looking at me. And later on, I go to the bedroom, and I saw out of that room where I was playing on the bed with the
Yeah.
PSP, and a light was coming out of that room through the door opening, and then go to the living room like that and disappeared. So I was really scared and I closed my eyes. I was, I think maybe I was 10, something like that. And then the door of the bedroom just slammed, just closed.
Hmm.
So I was getting out of the bedroom. I was going to my mother and she was sleeping and I was trying to waking her up, but she didn't wake up. Normally, when I tried to wake up my mother, I just had to say one time, "Mom," and she was waking up always. And this time she didn't wake up for like 30 seconds, and later on she was waking up.
Mm.
So that was scary. I was also very little, and
It's weird they say
other.
that that type of stuff happens to with people that have like UFO encounters and stuff.
I have this experience with me. It happened 2 times. It was very weird. I don't know if it was a UFO or something, but I was waking up in the night, something like 4:42,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hearing those very weird sounds, and I was just thinking, what is this? And I had this very weird feeling. It was the energy was very for me weird. I didn't know what it was, and I was hearing some UFO sound. I think I don't
A UFO
really
sound.
know it. I don't know. Maybe it was something different. It was just later on that somebody told me it can be a UFO, but I don't know that. So
Mm.
I was hearing that sound, but what was the weird thing?
What
It
did it
was the
sound like?
clock, just intense frequencies, like waves of
Oh, like
frequencies.
humming, like a vibration.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And my clock, my digital clock was on 4:44 and it didn't move anymore. So it was 4:44 and I heard the sounds and time was passing and I was thinking my clock is standing still. It can be that this is all in 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
So later on my clock jumped from like 4:44, I saw it happening, to 4:47, something like that, or 4:48. So it was just some glitch also in my clock for a couple of minutes that it didn't do anything. I was hanging on that 4:44. And this experience happened 2 times to me on the same time with the same sounds, and also the clock was glitching on that 4:44 for a
Oh yeah.
couple of minutes and then jumped to something like that 4:47 or 4:48.
So have you ever seen anything physical though in the sky?
In the sky?
Yeah.
No.
I
But
mean, you've been
uh,
to other planets, so it's like the UFO thing in your mind is
yeah, not
like
yeah, all the dimensions and
dimensions. Yeah.
yes. But one time, this was a interesting thing. I had this intention of seeing a real UFO. So I was house sitting in an big house with a rooftop on it, And so my ex-girlfriend can't sleep, and we decided to sleep on the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the rooftop, and then I was thinking it were UFOs. I saw all these things flying, but um, I think it was the thing from Elon Musk, that's Starlink.
Yeah, I remember you
But
were
it
saying
was
that.
very funny. I had that intention of seeing UFOs, but it just manifested in seeing the satellites. So that's it with the physical UFO things that I saw.
Okay. So
It
was
was not
that all?
really a UFO.
So was there any more entities that you've seen, like any other creature type of things, like animal looking things, or was the only
Yes,
animal like thing the
one
salamander?
um, yes, one time I saw in Lelystad, you have the bridge. It's called the Anaconda Brug, and I was seeing like a crocodile being walking on that bridge, and I was thinking that it was somebody in a costume, like the dinosaurus costume that you can blow up.
Yeah.
So I was thinking somebody is walking with that. That was my first thought when I saw it, and I was looking. It's so weird. It's a dinosaurs walking, some dinosaurs being walking over that bridge. I was looking and I was thinking it's that costume, and then it just shifted in two people walking together. So the dinosaurs were shifting in two people walking together, and that um, mount of the dinosaurs was chasing in the umbrella.
Would you wait? What the
Umbrella
mouth of
is it? Yes, and
the umbrella for the rain?
yeah, yeah, yes,
Wait,
yes,
so
that.
the mouth of the
So
dinosaur
yeah,
became
so
the
you have this.
umbrella?
The head of the dinosaurs is big, right? And then you have that the mount is very tall.
The back, yes.
In the back, yes. So it's and that head was chasing in the umbrella that they had, and there were then a man and a woman walking under that umbrella. So it shifted just like that before my eyes.
The
And I
head, the head of the dinosaur became an umbrella.
yes, and I think it's a little bit like the neck was maybe the arm or something. Or I don't really know all the details about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw it happen very fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a shapeshifter almost.
Yes, that was the one time I saw shape shifting happening.
Okay. And all right, so
And also weird thing is it was the bridge was called Anaconda Brug. So Anaconda from that snake.
yeah, yeah.
It's, I didn't even know it was Anaconda Brug, but it was just a weird experience. But the name was
Kind of
also
weird.
with that.
It's kind of
Yes.
weird that it turned into two different entities. Oh,
And two humans,
yeah. And then the human look-alike, it was like completely different.
just normal humans. I didn't saw anything weird about it.
No, I mean just like let's say, did they look alike the humans, like, or was it like did they turn into twins, or did they turn into like me and you? You get it,
It's
like
just a man and a woman. It was nothing special then.
okay,
It's
okay, that's interesting.
but I saw that, and then even I do it by myself. I was like, maybe I didn't see it right, or maybe I make it up. Later on, you are starting to gaslight yourself.
Yeah,
That also is happening sometimes with me. I see things that are so. I've experienced things that are so
strange.
weird in some way, strange,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm by myself sometimes even are questioning it. Is it real what I saw, or I'm
I mean,
also like,
are you
I want,
you d-
yeah.
you did say you were messing around with psychedelics early on, man. Did you fry your brain?
No, no, that I did one time in my life
Oh,
DMT,
okay.
but
Oh,
way before that, I was already clairvoyant. I had
yeah, no.
so
I'm just
many
fucking around, bro.
experiences, and the DMT was just something later on.
And did you see the DMT elves and stuff like that?
In the DMT session, I didn't see anything.
Okay, because you they say that that happens sometimes. You'll see these little
Yes,
elves.
but it depends on what kind of DMT. So I had 5-MeO. So from the Otec pet, uh, so the poison from that, I did it with shamans, and then I smoked it, and I was tripping, but it was not like the DMTs you hear about that you see all those things, and it wasn't like that.
Okay.
I had a different experience.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, so is that it for the entities?
I've seen so much more.
It's just
So
hard. And any
it,
cool
it,
ones before we move on? Because I wanted to give you time to talk on about the deprogramming and
yes,
everything.
yes. Any other? Um, I saw so many things like in that house where I was housing sitting. In that place, there were a lot of uh, spirits or ghosts. So I was walking on the stairs, and I saw some being sitting on the couch. And my ex-girlfriend was behind me, and I didn't say anything to her, but she also saw the same thing, and she was like saying to me, "You also seen that?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to make her scared." But she was seeing the same thing. Somebody was sitting on the couch. So things like that happened there.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of things like that. But what I told you, it was about from that I experienced as the most intense or different entities. And then I also experienced different entities, but it's all a little bit the same.
Hmm.
Like sometimes you see just a dog walking. It's like that. It's not very interesting.
But like a weird ass dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you see something, and then a weird dog is walking there, and you think,
I remember
like,
you
what the
told me one
fuck?
time you saw like some purple thing.
A purple thing.
Didn't you
You
say
have
you
to
said
remember what was the.
it's similar to like you said, like you just walking into like some weird ass creature, but it was just harmless. Or I might be mistaken. I don't know.
You have some more information about that?
Nah, I don't remember. I thought you said something about like a weird creature you saw one time. It was just, but it was like no, it was harmless.
Yeah,
Mm,
that happens sometimes. Yes, that I
yeah.
see things, and uh, yeah,
Okay.
sometimes I see just lights,
You haven't been seeing
things like
anything
that.
in my background, right? Like I don't got a fucking lizard stuck in my
Some
energy.
very dark spirits. No, no,
I wouldn't be
nothing, nothing.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. This, I mean,
No.
I think this house is haunted. I've heard shit here, but
Do you
I
think
like.
it is haunted?
I mean, yeah. One time in the same room, I was sleeping on this couch, and I woke up in the middle of the night. You know when you just wake up in the middle of the night, you look over,
Yes.
and there was like a fucking like grudge,
A
like the
man?
grunge. You ever see the
Yeah.
grudge? Like the little
Yes.
girl with the black hair, she was just there
Yeah.
standing in the corner. Not her, but obviously, but like something like that. And I thought it was
Yes.
my stepdaughter. So I said, "Hey, go back to your room." And then I went back to sleep. And then I asked, like, "Hey, what? Did she be getting out of bed?" And she's like, "No." Oh shit! And then one time, somebody was staying in this room, and they heard it was like the middle of the night, and they heard like they felt like someone looking in the door, and then there's stairs right next to the door, and then they
Yes.
heard the stepping running up the stairs, but like a little child.
Mm.
Hmm. And there was no kids upstairs that time though.
Okay. Okay. And you were scared or not?
Who, me? No, I'm not scared of that stuff.
No.
When I was little, I used to see like nothing crazy, but I used to see like the silhouettes of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I kind of like even like with like reading the Bible and stuff. Like it's like God
Yes.
said these things can't harm you. Like if anything, they work for you. Like they have to follow your orders. So it's like I, that's why I kind of tell my girlfriend, hey, like don't worry if you see anything like you like if you're scared, that's the only way they could get you. Do you
Yes,
agree
that
with
is
that or
true.
not?
Yes, I agree with that because it's always it's actually the same with people. You have they just want to feel you like lower
Stupid.
than them or just
Mm.
that they are superior. But the only thing that actually they want you to do is to feel scared about them and lower your energy for them so that
So they
they
could get
are
you.
higher and can yeah, just like energy vampires. But
Hmm.
also the spirit world with entities and it's very familiar with just physical people. Yes, and
See,
if you're not scared of that entities and you can just conscious from neutral perspective observe it, yeah, it just go away.
one time I did feel one something touch me, but I don't know. It was weird because it was like I was disciplining my son, and I like gave him a spank, or I like held his hand, and then I felt something hold my hand. I was like freaked out, like what the hell? And then
Yeah.
also like I've seen like on the baby camera, you know that you see like little things floating around, but like
Yes, the
the it's
orbs.
usually dust. It's usually dust, but then I don't know. I usually think it's dust, but there was this one time where it like floated, and it was like, and then my son like he like woke up like and was just like looking in the direction of the dust, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no way. And he be talking to stuff too, like in the room. But like, babies talk all the time. Even though I
Yes,
believe that they do know when they see these things.
yes, yes.
it- There was one time he said like a name, but like his baby thing, and I was like, it
Mm.
was in another the following day. I was like, hey, tell your mom about that name, and then he looked at me like, why are you telling her what I told you? Cause it was like it was like I put him to sleep, and then he's looking in the corner. I'm like, "What you looking at?" And then he says, "I'm like, who's there?" And then he says the thing, and then I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "No way, bro." But
He
I,
knew someone that he can knew like that.
mm-hmm,
Oh, okay, okay.
like, cause I legit asked like, "What are you looking at over there?" He said, "Blah blah blah," and then I'm like,
Yes,
"What the hell?"
yes.
And then the next day I'm like, "Hey, tell your mom about blah blah blah," and then he looked at me like,
You
"Don't
can
tell
tell
her."
that to her.
uh,
Very interesting.
but I always like, hey, would I just be yelling like, nobody, if there's anything in here, you're not allowed. I repent you.
Yes. Yeah, there's some
Nothing
very
lately.
weird things happening.
Yeah, nothing lately though. Nothing lately, thank God.
Okay,
But
okay.
so let's talk about deprogramming on the later end of the let's talk
Yes,
about.
yes. So deprogramming is about uh, that the physical reality isn't really outside
Mm-hmm.
of you, and there's no absolute truth in the physical reality, but everything is a relative truth. So what is happening in life is that you meet people or circumstances are happening in the physical world, but actually, if you have problems or uh, triggers inside of yourself, you create those experiences.
Yeah.
And also with stress inside of yourself and all the thinking and problems that you think you have, it's always the cause is inside of yourself. And what deprogramming is, I see what you say.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
with deprogramming, it is to look inside of yourself and find the cause of the problems and then letting it go, but also with letting go of the concepts, you let go of the energy. And uh, when you let go of the internal problems, you just create a different reality, and you feel different, but also your actions are different, and everything is changing then. Because when you are thinking about it, when you just grow up in this world, you get all beliefs from different people, right? From parents to teachers to your experiences or your definitions of what you have experienced, and you create inside of yourself, this is how the world is working, and this is what is possible, and this is not possible, and people are like this or that, and
Mm-hmm.
10,000 million um, thoughts about how reality is, but actually none of them is absolute truth. It's all inside of yourself. And
So almost like
when you,
manifestation, right?
yes, but when you let go of that old patterns and have that inner knowing of that you can shift from realities, then you can just make the choice from within. Actually, you don't even have to visualize it often. In my experience, I don't have to do that. Sometimes I do it. And then you just creating different experiences in your life, different circumstances, different things. And you can just uh, use this practical and um, see for yourself that it is true or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about now about how to deprogram. And when you want to deprogram it, is you have to always in life there are some places that you have some pain or you are getting triggered inside of yourself, or maybe you even feel the physical sensations of um, maybe pain in your chest or some places that is manifesting outside of that traumas. And what you have to do is just to notice first, to notice what is happening, or maybe it is even a belief, a perception on what the world is. You have to write it down, write down what the problem is, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can split yourself actually in two. You have the unconscious mind, and you have the observer. So you are the both then, and you write down what is the problem. Like I feel this pain in my body that's coming out of the stress, or I believe that life is hard, and then you ask the question why.
Mm-hmm.
For example, life is hard. Why do you believe life is hard? And then that's the question from the observer. Then you let the subconscious mind answer it. So it can be life is hard because this and this happened in my life, and all the reasons from the subconscious mind. And then you can ask again from the observer, um, but why is it hard? And then the subconscious mind can, for example, the answer, giving the answer, it gives me pain. I feel pain when I'm experiencing this. So why do you feel pain? What's the reason you're feeling pain? And then you get another answer from the subconscious mind. So it is feeling pain because everything is against me. And then you can ask the question, but why do you believe everything is against you? And is it even true that everything is against you? So you can go deeper and deeper inside of yourself, and then just understanding that mind, subconscious mind, and understanding what it is saying, but also just asking very direct questions and very sharp questions, because you can see for yourself that it is not true. For example, you can see that it is just a perception that you put on a neutral event, a perception that you put it on a neutral experience. You can also change the subject or the perception and just say to yourself, like, this is the best thing in my life because it is learning me so much and it's making me stronger. And life is so good for me that uh, it is giving me this to find even more about myself. It is also not true, but nothing is true. So you can also give for yourself new definitions to it, or you can just let everything go. That's more what I do, letting everything go. So you see, subconscious beliefs are not true. So you let it go. And also the emotions that you had with it combined with the mind. Uh, there's no necessity anymore to have it, so you can let it go. And then you become more still inside of yourself. And when you create that stillness inside of yourself, there's space for new things, for new ideas, for new inspirations, and things like that. But to get to the point of developing clairvoyance or living more in the flow, everything that is breaking that flow, that is natural for everybody, is always the programs, the traumas, and subconscious beliefs, things like that. So it is never actually the outside world, it's always something inside of yourself. Because even if something is happening in the outside world and you are staying in the same situation, there is some cause inside of yourself that you choose to stay in the same situation. So it can, for example, it can be that you 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 can even believe that you don't choose it and you don't want it, but on a very deep level, you have a belief that it is giving you something. Like maybe that situation that you know is toxic is feeling on some deeper level safe because you know
Mm-hmm.
this place that you actually don't want to be. So the thing that is connecting with that situation, that is the belief that it is, for example, safe because you know what is happening there, and it is believing if I let it go, that situation, I don't know what to do, and maybe if I'm surrounded in a different situation, everything is going wrong, like that. That's also just again beliefs from the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so the subconscious mind is so clever that you don't think consciously about those things. But if you are going to understand how the mind works and how it is working with the internal feelings and the energies and all those things, it is getting very simple. In the beginning, it can sound very difficult, but actually, it's always simple. The outgoing of everything is actually always everything is bullshit. So nothing is an absolute truth. We just make up things for ourselves. We have some uh, kind of absolute truths, like we are now here in this place, and
Mm-hmm.
we have the stuff that we have. Even that is relative because, in my experience, I can get out of my body and go to the different dimensions. But so I'll always say what the experience is real. Like nothing is real, but the experience is real just for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to that point that you let go of all those beliefs, you are also able to just choose new things and go on different paths and live a different life, and also live uh, life very easily because you don't have all those heavy things anymore with you. Because when you have all those triggers inside of yourself and you go, for example, to a party, or you go to some places that you don't feel comfortable, when you let go everything of what is inside of yourself that you are not comfortable, you are just there being present and do what you want.
Yeah.
There's nothing anymore. No heavy things inside of yourself. So I also have little things, and but I know this, I know how it is working. So when I'm experiencing something, I just take the responsibility for myself. And
So this isn't a permanent fix because like stuff still happens, life's always developing.
yes, it is a process. It is just like every time you do a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
working out, right? But it is also not an absolute truth that it has to be a process. Maybe it is different for you. You can do it faster.
Mm-hmm.
So in my experience, it is that process. And maybe for you it is different. You can do it more easily or faster. But it's just always the point is when what I want to share is when you have that internal problems or even in the physical world problems, it's always something inside of yourself. And even things happen like you have to also to understand that this reality isn't real. So it is like a dream. You just create everything. It's not the belief system of that it is real reality is based on nothing. If you ask people why do you believe it is real, they just believe it. There's no foundation. They just they just bought into that belief.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But when you get more conscious about it and just start really thinking about things and to research in yourself, you get I I think that the fastest way to getting uh, very smart and uh, get life uh, very good for yourself is 99% is the internal things in the first place, and then later on it is just following the flow. Actually it's always following your flow because in the flow you can find also when you go with flow it's also like you can get circumstances that are triggering you, then you resolve dissolve it inside yourself, and then you go to the next thing.
Okay.
It's just following intuition and doing inner work and take inspired action and do that every time.
Okay. Have you done any like Reiki work or stuff like that?
One time,
Okay. Okay.
one time, I think 6 years ago. But yeah, it was just one time. I think it was
All
for
right.
20 minutes. But everything else, I always did it for almost everything else I did just in myself
Mhm.
because you
Okay.
can do a lot in your inside just by yourself.
And how's it been like? Cause I know you sometimes you offer these services to people. Like, how's it been? Like, have you been able to help a lot of people?
Yes, yes, a lot of people. Actually, also what is happening is people to know more about it. I'm taught just somehow uh, it brings things up or they ask me things and I talk about those things and people are very interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also give lectures and consultings, things like that, and it helped a lot of people. Yes,
Nice. You gotta start putting that out, man. I know you have the YouTube
yes.
channel. Have you been able to make anything yet? I haven't seen anything pop up on mine.
I didn't make anything yet. No.
Even if you do it in your language first, just get the ball rolling and put it out there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man.
So
So
in
I had
English, it is will be better because I want to take this everything international. So
yeah.
I want to go around the world. I also my intention is to do it in all the other countries because I also want to travel and then I can do what I like with traveling and everything at the same time.
Okay. I'm gonna put you in contact with some people, try to get you some other shows, man.
Oh,
But
that will be great. Thank you.
yeah. But I wanted to ask a couple more things. So, would you consider the have you ever seen like do you know the concept of the reptilians? like
a
the reptilian.
concept of the
Yeah, yeah, like
reptilians.
the theory, the
Yes,
reptilian people and
yes,
stuff.
yes,
Would you consider the thing you saw, the dinosaur? Would you consider like a reptilian type of creature, or maybe even the salamander
yes. The dinosaurs is a reptilian. I don't know if it is in that concept
in
that
the
you
same
mean
context? Yeah.
reptilian. But yeah, I think
And what was
yes,
the bridge? Because I was trying to find it.
yes. I'm going to write it to you.
Yeah, write it to me because this is what I'm seeing on my end. This is what I'm seeing on my end. But so this is the Python bridge, and then I found something that
No,
says
that is not. Oh, wait. You have that where staying Lelystad.
yeah, Lelystad. Is that it?
Yes,
The one at
that
Lelystad? So I'm not
that.
seeing a picture of that one though. Is it this?
Yeah, yes, that's it.
Okay,
Yes.
because at first it was just coming up like this. It was just coming up like that. So
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was driving in my car and I saw it on that bridge. Yes. It's not a
okay,
special bridge, it's just a bridge, but it's also called the Anaconda Brug. And I didn't even know it before I saw it.
let's see if there's anything on the internet about Lelystad.
Lelystad is not a very nice city. It's not very interesting.
No.
No,
What
you
are you
don't
sharing on
want to go
Lelystad?
here. You don't want to go there. So when you are in the Netherlands, you can better go to other places than Lelystad.
Okay, okay. All right. Shit, man. I mean, I think we pretty much got a lot done today, bro.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was very nice to talk to you.
yeah. Um, before we wrap it up, though, let the people know again where they can find you. And or is there anything that you want to leave with the people before we go? Any last stories or anything that you want them to check out?
Uh, my intention is to get like everything what I was telling about the deprogramming, and
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's maybe very difficult to understand it. So what I want to do is to make it very easily to understand it, that everybody can use it, because my intention is also it is helping a lot of people. So I want to make it very clear with in a practical way also that you can apply it and experience it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my intention is to do that and then make also the videos. I will make some videos about it uh, and make it as easy as possible. And
Okay.
then yeah, I will show it to you, okay? Then you can send it to people or share it.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, when you get back on, or when you once you make your video, or whatever, we'll definitely have you on again. I've been really wanting you to make like a slideshow of some sort. I know it's hard because most of the
I'm
things
making
you're
already a slideshow, but it's for a lecture that I'm doing here.
okay. I
It's
mean, if
in
you want,
Dutch, but
if you
I can
want,
make,
do you have
yes.
images on it?
For now, I don't have images to
Okay,
show
okay,
for now. But
okay, okay.
the slides that I'm making, my idea was to make it first in the Dutch language because it's easy for me, and then I'm translating it the same PowerPoint to English so that I have both.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can make a video, and then I just do it online with you.
Okay,
I can we can do something like that if you like it, if you want it.
definitely, definitely. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes, okay, then we can make it like that.
Okay. Well, just like that, guys, been a great episode. Wait, before we go, let them know where they can find you again.
So if you googling my name, Ruben Dresscher, you can find me on social media, but my YouTube channel that I at this point don't have any content on or not using it, but I'm going to use it is Limitless Consciousness. So that's also my company name,
Mm-hmm.
Limitless Consciousness. And website will come up later.
Mm-hmm.
And I will put on that channel the videos. in English.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So I mean, I'll have everything that you have linked in the description below. But yo, Ruben, thanks again for coming by, man. It's always great to talk to you. Even though
Yeah,
we
it
have a
was great.
little language barrier, but I mean, like, I feel like it flows good. It flows good.
Yes, the flow is good. In
Yeah.
the beginning, it was a little bit hard for me. I have to get in flow again of talking English, and sometimes it can be a little bit even difficult to translate it, what I
Yeah.
really want to say to English, but will get better
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
more clear. Yes.
Yeah, man. So, but just like that, it's been a great episode, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.